All right, so apparently Drake has a lawsuit out for all the music labels that have supported Not Like Us or the streaming platforms. I don't really know. I don't know the details of the lawsuit. The point is he's suing because he's taking this L. Okay, but there are some interesting claims in there that I want to point out. A lot of the takes online that I'm seeing are just, calling Drake the B word, or, just saying he's a sucker of some sort. But it sounds like there is some exposing of the music industry going on. And there was an interesting take from the homie Rory recently.
I have no dog in this fight. I like Kendrick's music. I like Drake's music. I also think both of them have used bots via UMG, whether they knew it or not. What stood out to me in that paperwork was the accusation that UMG lowered their licensing rate by 30% for Not Like Us. Just a quick history lesson. How we even got to the value of what a stream is was based off Spotify and the three majors negotiating on what that value would be. What makes it even crazier is all three majors have actual stock and ownership within Spotify. That would be illegal in any other business in the world, but it's the music industry, so anything can fly. To the point that I worked at a major when Spotify went public, and they emailed all of us as employees and said, you cannot buy stock because that would be insider trading. Now imagine you're an artist and you know that the people that own your music plus the people that distribute your music, which is a whole separate tech company, are in cahoots to define what a dollar means within the music industry. And then you later find out that for one artist and one song, they devalued that dollar. You wouldn't have an issue with it?
Okay. Very interesting take. Thank you, Rory, for that. Very true. I mean, why is the music industry exempt from this type of monopoly? In the story I'll get to later, the Department of Justice is stepping in on Google for owning search, the business of search. Now the music labels and the music distribution, online distribution service, the biggest one, Spotify, are, like Rory said, in cahoots, and they are creating a monopoly on the system. Any other industry, that would be illegal. The Department of Justice would be going after them. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about this lawsuit specifically.
So first, this isn't a lawsuit. It's a petition where Drake is asking the court to require Universal Music Group to give him evidence that he needs to bring a RICO lawsuit and a lawsuit alleging illegal business practices. What he says is, I don't know who the other people were involved with Universal, but under the law, Universal has to tell me who they are so I can sue them for the following: civil RICO, deceptive business practices. What these people did is they used illegal bots to make it seem like Not Like Us was a lot more popular than it actually was. They cite to an Academics interview where Academics is on stream talking to some dude, and the dude says, I got paid $5,000 and promised a percent of Not Like Us in exchange for delivering 30 million fake bot streams when Not Like Us first launched so that it would seem more popular than it was and the algorithms would bump it up everywhere. What's really interesting about Drake's claim is that if you watch the Academics interview, Academics questions the veracity, the truth of this guy saying, hey bro, are you sure? Like, somebody promised you points for bot streams? There's producers and engineers and people who feature on songs who don't get a percent of the song. And somebody promised you. Academics questioned this guy's story. Anyway, Drake's lawyers saw it fit for a filing in a New York state court. And they say, look, this is some evidence of the bots. Then they say that Universal typically takes a cut in order for somebody like Spotify to put a Universal song on Spotify. And that in this case, Universal wanted Not Like Us to be more popular. And so they agreed to take a lower cut and they gave it to Spotify on the low, cheaper. They paid radio for plays that, hey, Universal Music Group, in order to make Not Like Us artificially popular, paid people in radio.
All right. So there's a lot going on here. Do I think bots were used? Yes. Do I think that the song would have gotten popular without the bots? Yes. And, you know, we've known ever since Tribe Called Quest told us industry rule number 4080, record company labels are shady. We're seeing the proof right here. There's a lot of shadiness going on in the music industry, and this is proof of it. And in fact, Funk Flex hopped on Twitter to talk about it. He's been on radio. The legendary DJ has been on Hot 97 for many years, decades. And he says, Drake is 100% right. National play per song. Pop charts would be 350K. Urban radio, 250K. Mix shows, 100K. Local mix show director, 40K. Local DJs, 3 to 5K per song. DJs on the radio 5 days a week. This is why independent artists don't rise to the top. So pay attention here. I mean, yes, Drake looks silly doing this, but the music industry is being exposed. I really hope people don't overlook that part of this lawsuit. Okay. Yes, Drake looks goofy, but the industry is even goofier.